Okay, this is Orlando Wilson. What I want to talk about in this video is security companies, close protection personnel, etc. that are hired by clients, and the clients end up hiring people who cause them more problems than if they didn't hire them in the first place. Now, over the years, and I've been in this business now, the close protection investigations business, etc., for over 35 years. I've been approached by several clients that have ended up hiring security companies, or we found out that their security investigation companies that they've hired are the ones that's causing them the problems. A lot of clients naively think because they're hiring a security company, a licensed security company, a licensed private investigator, etc., that those people are going to be credible, trustworthy, reliable, etc. And a lot of times, you know what, they're not. You got to remember, in a lot of places, especially for security licenses, for security guards, the qualifications and the licenses are not that hard to get. It's a minimal qualification. It's a tick the box qualification. And I've come across it many times, and you can see it today. You've got, and again, I'm not going to bash all security guards. You've got guys and girls out there that's earning a little bit more than minimum wage, but looking after millions and millions of dollars worth of assets. And I've had it with clients when they've said to me, oh, but the security's doing this, the security's doing that, the security's stealing, the security's sleeping. It's like, well, how much are you paying these guys and girls? If you're paying people minimum wage, don't expect them to provide a 5-star service. And this is an issue. I'm sure everybody that's got a security company that's in the security business have come across clients that want a 5-star service, but they don't want to pay they want to pay minimum wage. That's one of the big issues with the security company. The other issue is the people that bullshit their way into contracts, especially close protection contracts, who have no clue about what they're doing. They charge the clients an excessive amount of money, and they end up, again, abusing the client's generosity, so we say. And I've seen a classic one with this is with close protection personnel, when the client's staying in a hotel, when the client's doing this, of running up the room service bill, doing this, doing that, doing other funky stuff. I mentioned in one video, I know of one job in London where the close protection personnel was driving around the client's car when the client wasn't in residence. That was all well and good until they crashed one of the cars and had to explain to the client, well, whoever was running the job had to explain to the client why one of his cars ended up getting smashed up. This is where, from a client's perspective, you always need to check out your people. You always need to check out the companies that you're hiring. Just because somebody has a licensed company, they have a private investigator's license, a security license, it doesn't mean they're trustworthy. It's the investigation business, the security business is a very, very shady business, shall we say. As far as close protection personnel, and this even goes down towards people hiring police in certain areas where it's legal to do so. You know what? We've advised something against that recently because the police in the area where they were looking to hire the police were in cahoots with the criminals. So you're hiring the police, you're hiring the criminals. That means, and this is from a close protection perspective, you've got to understand that your security personnel could be providing the bad guys with information on you. Those security personnel, those close protection personnel can be bought, can be providing information on your business deals, etc., 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 whatever you're doing. So this is where in a lot of places when you hire the police, people think, okay, we're hiring law enforcement, we're going to be okay. Well, a lot of times law enforcement is going to be working with the bad guys. And again, law enforcement generally isn't paid that well, and if they're doing extra duties, they're still not paid that well, so they'll be open to bribery. It's something you have to look at. I've mentioned in one other video one job that comes to mind we dealt with. An associate of mine got kidnapped in the Caribbean, and the day he was kidnapped, his police bodyguard decided to go home early. All the pointers pointed to the police bodyguard being involved in the kidnapping, but you can never prove that something, well, you can prove things, but people didn't want to prove things, and no action was taken apart from the client being kidnapped and having to pay a large ransom. So this is where you've always got to look for the internal threats, period. But as far as hiring security companies are concerned and investigators, it's like, even investigators, a lot of times investigators, and I know of people, one company in London that were hired to do bug sweeps, and you know what, the client was really happy with them because they found listening devices in their apartment, in their offices. Yeah, they found them because the company that was doing the sweep was actually putting the devices in place to make sure they get called back to do another job, and then they had an investigation to find out who planted the devices, etc. So a lot of times security companies, investigation companies will create problems just to keep the contracts going. I mentioned that in other videos. I've seen that on all ends of the security investigation business, be it the bottom end, be it the top end. Because again, once a lot of security companies, investigators get hold of scared clients, they see a payday, same as lawyers. So this is where, if you're looking to hire security companies, investigators, make sure you always check them out and make sure you're not hiring a problem. And one of the big problems these days is a lot of clientele will go for the lowest quotes going. You know what? If you pay cheap, then don't expect high quality services. You can expect problems because you're inviting problems into your home, into your business, etc. There was a quote, I'll end up this video on a quote I read a long time ago, and I can't find the book. It was to do with feudal Japan. It was to do with the shoguns. And one shogun apparently said about paying his samurai. He said, when you deal with merchants and accountants, you weigh the bags of gold exactly. You don't give them a penny extra. But when you pay your samurai, you always make sure you ensure the bags of gold are heavy. That guy was wise because he understood it's his samurai that's going to fight for him, who's going to keep him in power, that's going to protect him. So the samurai would protect him from the problems in the world. If you don't pay your people, if you don't look after your people, expect problems. A good example of that recently is you look at Syria. The Syrian army just capitulated. They didn't fight, they gave up, etc. They've got good fighters, they fought before, but everybody was pissed off, morale was low, they're getting paid low wages, if they're getting paid. So everybody, the senior ranks, company battalion commanders were paid off, bought off, and they thought, fuck it, why are we going to fight? So their morale was low, they didn't do their job properly. Whereas you look at the terrorists, the HTS, etc., the Islamic extremists, they're being paid and looked after very well. So their morale was high and they've done a very good job. So a lot of it, if you're looking to hire people, you need to make sure you look after the people you hire. They're paid well, they're looked after well, etc. And I say again, you buy cheap, you're going to have problems. So if you're looking to hire close protection personnel, a security company, private investigators to help you with the problems, make sure you vet them out and make sure they're looked after, because you don't want them creating more problems. Okay, follow me along on social media. I'm up on LinkedIn. We're up on I prefer LinkedIn. We're up on the main platforms. So follow us along. We've got an array of videos up there that talk about various aspects of the close protection business, security business, etc. So an array of books up on Amazon talk about various aspects of the security, close protection business, etc. We're starting to run our courses again. We should be up to full speed in 2025, and we'll be focusing mainly on tactical courses, firearms courses, protective surveillance, etc. in Europe. I'm not sure if we're doing stuff in the US again, because I prefer to be in Europe and other places. So follow us along on social media. You got any questions, feel free to reach out to me. If you're looking to hire security companies, investigators, and you need people to come in and manage and provide oversight, reach out to me, because we also do that. And be assured, we work strictly for our clients. That's it. So in the meantime, follow me along on social media. You got any questions, feel free to ask. And as always, be good, stay safe, stay out of trouble. And as far as your security is concerned, your personal security, your business security, your family security, trust no one and question everything.